here's what I want you to think about. Does a bank lose money when interest rates go high and the market goes down? Or do they just charge you more interest? They charge you more interest. If the market goes down, banks make money. If the market goes sideways, banks make money. If the market goes up, banks make more money. People are a little more exuberant in a good market, right? So they'll tend to loan more. The banks typically are actually lowering their rates, but they're making more because there's more volume, right? But the banks make money in any direction of the market. Can we all agree on that, right? Okay, so in this strategy, we are the bank. When we sell a put, we're saying we're going to collateralize this $10 stock trade. We're going to collateralize that with 100 shares value, $10 a share. So we're going to have $1,000 in our account that we're going to lend to the market for a week, and we're going to collect a premium. Now, for that $1,000, $10 put, you might make $13. And you say, geez, Troy, $13? I lent him $1,000, I make $13? What the hell? Well, do the math. You know, I'm a nuke engineer. That mathin' thing kind of works for me. And $10 on 1,000 is 1%. So if you make $13, you're making 1.3% on your money in a week. You only lent it for a week. You got it all back at the end of the week and you made $13. Now, remember what I said, just like the shopping cart, you could sell 10 contracts and instead of make 13, you made $130 as long as you have enough cash to collateralize it. Okay, so we're essentially the bank in the marketplace, all right? But it is a contract. So yes, I'm doing the Trump weave here, guys. I'm going off course and I'm weaving it back in. So to come back to your point, which is the liquidity, right? Well, it is a contract. It's a weekly contract. And so because of that, you can't just take it out anytime you want. You've got to let the contract expire. Okay, now here's the nuance of that. What if the trade goes against you? What if the market goes down for 2 years, right? Then you're not as liquid because you're going to be in those trades that you probably can't cash out. If the market's going up or sideways, you're probably a week away from being liquid at any time, right? But if the market's going down, 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 you're probably not going to be able to just get out of that contract without realizing a loss. Okay, so the trick is, and what I recommend for people, Lance, is first of all, never trade with money you got to have, right? If you need the money for groceries, for rent, for the mortgage, your wife's expensive shoe habit, whatever, like don't trade that money. Okay, I don't want you sleeping on the couch. Don't trade that money. But if you've got excess in there, you can either leave some of it in a money market. So you've got 3 months reserves in a money market or something so that you've got the liquid. Or, what you can do is you can start taking a little bit of the profit out each week. And instead of leaving it all in the account to just compound faster, you can take some of it out. Now, I don't recommend you take more than 50% of your weekly profit out because you want the account to keep growing, right? And so my philosophy, even as big as my account is, I rarely take money out. I've taken some out. I've taken about $135,000 out. But even after that, I still made $380 last year. So, I mean, yes, it was a chunk of change, but a relatively small amount of the portfolio, right? So I don't take that much out, and I didn't take anything out for the first 2.5 years. So does that answer your question about liquidity?
Yeah, it did.
There's a lot of nuance in it, man. I wish it was easier answer, but there's a lot of nuance to it.